Hi everyone, it's Vershi. I'm back to another challenge day for IELTS speaking test. So if you accidentally watching this right now, it's more a personal practice. However, if you would like to continue, it could be a sample of a band 6 answer. So enjoy. So let's start. Today we have 3 parts as usual. Part 1, after getting to know the information of the participants, the examiner might ask some question about other topics, and for today is about clothes. First question: where do you buy most of the clothes? For me, to be honest, I'm not a fan of clothes. I only buy which is necessary. So usually I buy clothes on the internet because it's convenient. Alright, moving on to next question. How often do you buy new clothes for yourself? So as I mentioned earlier, because I'm not into clothing, so I only buy things that is useful and why? Because I'm a practical person, so I'm not often buying clothes. Alright, moving on to next question. How do you decide which clothes to buy? So I choose clothes based on their quality and their durable. I prefer things that are long lasting and also have a very good performance qualities. To be honest, to tell you the truth, I'm into sport right now, so I prefer sportive clothes. Alright, let's move on. Next question. Have the kinds of clothes you like changed in the recent years? Absolutely yes. I'm not a sporty person. I'm not used to be a sportive person. Only recently, I think if I remember correctly, it started at the early of this year. I started to exercise, start from walking and now into running. So because of my habits and my routines change, so my types of clothes also change as well. So from casual clothes, now I'm wearing more of a sport clothes. Alright, let's move on to part 2 questions. So in this part, I have 1 minute to taking the note and 2 minutes to describe, to give a long short answer, answers about 2 minutes. Alright, let me read for you the question. Describe an interesting discussion you had about how you spend your money. Interesting discussion you had about how you spend your money. Alright? You should say who you had the decision with, why you discussed this topic, what the result of the discussion was, and explain why this discussion was interesting for you. Okay. So it must be an interesting discussion. Let me think for a while. So when it comes to discussion, especially interesting one, I'm always thinking about my boss, my direct supervisor, who is excellent in financial control. She was brilliant with money. In fact, she became millionaire at a very young age. So I taking her words wholehearted. So let me share with you more about the discussions. So as a student and as mentors, I compare her as a mentor, and I'm just a student and curious about how to make more money, how to manage money, how to spend my money, how to be rich. So this is a really interesting and useful topic for me at that time. And she shared about how she's control money. So first of all, she's never use credit cards, or she never go to ATM to withdraw money. So it's just a way that how she manage her money. So for the money that for the necessary, she have a funds, a separate funds from other sources. So if it is salaries, there's going to be a separated account that she never touch it. She put it as a saving account. Whereas there's an account she do a lot of investment, and for that account is she always keep it the liquidity really high. She keep the money flows in and out cleverly, so that she can make more money. And for another account, it's for the spending, and the spending she's use mostly cash. The reason she do that is because she can control the money spending, the spending money, the expenditure with a limit amount of money, rather than using credit cards where you can be overspending and maybe control over the your expenses. So from that discussion, I learned the way how to manage money more effectively, how to save money, and how to make investment so that our money is become more productive, rather than sitting at the bank, rather than just saving. So this is very helpful, and I practice it, and I also would like to share with anyone that want an advice. So there it is, an interesting discussion with women that I respect the most. Alright, let's moving on with part 3, which is the expansion of part 2 question. Of course, it's about money and young people. Why do some parents give their children money to spend each week? In general, giving money to children at young age to spend each week is a way of teaching them how to manage their own financial aspect, to improve their financial skills. So at a young age, if the children can manage their money's wealth, they probably have a high chance to grow up with a good money management skills. Mind you, there's kids, there are young adults and children who do not manage money wealth, but by giving money to the children, the parents can see that issues in advance, so that they can correct their children, teach them how to be better at the management in managing money. Alright, so moving on to next question. Do you agree that schools should teach children how to manage money? I'm all for it. Totally agree that schools should teach children how to manage money. I think this is not only just parents, but it is very helpful if school teach that, because children learn better with school's environment. Maybe they not listen to their parents at a certain age, especially the overfire period when they became teenagers. It's hard for them to listen to their parents, so it's a good time that the school step in, especially create an environment in schools that all the children can learn from each other. So it could be good that school teach children how to manage money from early age. Okay, next question. Do you think it is a good idea for students to earn money while studying? Got nothing to against this statement. I believe that the earlier you in touch with the money, the earlier you learn how to manage your money. So while studying, it's okay to make a living, to make some earning from money. There's many examples of great people, success people who managed to make money at very young age. For example, Warren Buffett, the best investor in the world, he's started to make money at around 11 years old, which is really young for the general. So I think because of his early experience, he has a better chance. He has a better skills in managing money. All right, moving on to next question. Money and society. Do you think it is true that in today's society money cannot buy happiness? Absolutely right. I've been through time where I have not really rich, but I would say more than enough. So I have a chance to experience the fancy, the luxury lifestyle for a short period of time, but it did not bring as much happiness compared to when I go out to the world, to the nature, to explore the natures, to take in natures. So for me, I think happiness is the feelings, and money is the material things. So is of course it's important to have the money to get some of the things we need, but to gain happiness is to have to do with your heart, have to do with your feelings. If you happy with whatever you have, you will be happy. But if you always carving for more, you will never be happy. So this is what I believe. Alright, moving on to the next question. What disadvantages are there in a society where the gap between rich and poor is very large? There are plenty of disadvantages. First, if the gap is too big, the poor people feel that it's too hard to climb the ladder, it's too challenging to make more money. So because of that, they often give up and remain poor. Second, because of the gap so big, and the rich people usually they already monopoly in their field, it's hard to newcomers come in and challenge and make money in that field. So it's also demotivate lower class people to make more money. So the gap between the rich and the poor become larger and larger. So there's many disadvantages of the rich and the poor that we could say, we could talk for like a whole day about it. All right, moving on to the last question of today. Do you think richer countries have a responsibility to help poorer countries? I'm on the fence about this. It depends on how we help other people. It depends on how rich countries help poor countries. I think help other people, help other country, other nation in need is in fact is a very heart touching things to do. Is a very humanity things to do nowadays. But the string between helping and harm them is very narrow. It's like whether we giving them the fish or we giving them the, oh my god, I forgot the words for the tool for fishing, but you know what I mean. So so if we give them the tools to make more money, I think it's more helpful than just give them the money. So I think it's not a responsibility, but is a very useful and very inspiration things to do if the richer countries help the poorer country. And because of that, we have to decide which is the best way to help the poorer countries, not by just giving the money. I think that we need to give them the way to make their well-being become better. Alright, I think that's it for today. Thank you for listening, and see you guys tomorrow.